everyone. Welcome to the live podcast. Welcome to Write Your Narrative. We are filming this podcast, this special Art Miami edition podcast from the Peter Tony Experience in Wynwood Walls. So you may hear a little bit of a background noise because this is Art Week and we have so many people in town. Who's going to be co-hosting the podcast with me? We got my good friend, Ryan the Wheelbarrow. Ryan, how you doing today?
Wonderful.
Then we have two exceptional guests who are good friends. I mean, we know each other for quite a while now. We have Mr. Binho, who's coming from São Paulo, from Brazil. São Paulo, is that correct?
Yes, São Paulo.
São Paulo. I got to practice here. Yesterday, I messed up. I know. 2 days in a row, I messed up. Yesterday, I called Achille. I called him Diego. I said, no, it's Diogo. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not pretty easy.
It's not, but that's okay. And we have one of our local Miami legend, PhD, Mr. Paul.
Let's go.
You?
Eat. Real good.
All right. So let's chop it up.
It's another year of Art Week.
It's just not a year yet.
Find out. Were you guys looking forward to this year? And if you're looking forward to it, what do you guys got on the menu? Because sometimes as a local, it's a blessing and a curse. We work all year just for this thing to start. And then once it starts, it's like, oh, I can't wait till this is over. The traffic.
I think the city changed, and especially for local guys. So for me, it's a great experience to arrive here 10 years ago.
10 years ago when we first met and we first came to Wynwood, everything was different. Now, Wynwood is going vertical. I heard Jessica mentioning this the other day, and this is so, but we still have a lot of fun because this is like every year a big family reunion. You coming from Brazil, you know so many people in town. Everybody knows you.
Yeah, we keep painting, we keep wake up early. So you know me, I love to wake up early.
Yep.
Start the walls
That's the best
before a lot of people.
The best time to be in Miami is early in the morning when it's quiet and cool
And fresh.
fresh.
Right. So yes. And this year we are blessed with beautiful weather.
Unbelievable.
So unbelievable.
And in Wynwood, and you smell the spray paint like
Yes.
Basil season.
And then you run into Marta Cooper and say, okay, it's officially Basil now. When Marta is in town.
Yeah, the God is there, right?
Yeah, the goddess is there. Yes, definitely. So what do you have coming up this year?
So I have a couple things. I have exhibition in the House of Art in 36 on Thursday, next Thursday. And I'm be part with the Wynwood Mural Fest.
All right.
I'm very exciting.
Yes.
And a lot of things growing, you know, when I arrive, just met friends and you invite me to come here. It's amazing. Thank you.
Of course, after so many years. I mean, you are part of the Miami Art Week, the Art Basel. I mean, an Art Basel without you, it's just not such a thing. COVID is way behind us. Everybody can travel now freely.
There's a lot of characters here, and I'm feel one of these characters too, like those guys. And so you and
Becoming one of the usual suspects.
no, man, it's cool. It's like so. For me, we have a carnival in Brazil. We have a lot of big parties, and I feel the same here, but art carnival. You know.
And I love that. Definitely the Art Carnival. And it's a family reunion. So big shout out to Stephanie and to Gleason. So they got you into the Miami graph.
Wynwood mural.
Wynwood. I'm so messed up with my words and everything. Thank you, Ryan. You're very welcome.
Wynwood Mural Festival, you know, it's like one of those last artist-owned and operated mural festivals. It is. Until still to, you know, work with this international talent like Binho and PHD, it's pretty epic. You know, that's why every year I just get excited. As much as people, you know, might backlash on the consumerism.
I'm the same way. I love it. I love every minute.
What do you got on the menu this year, PhD?
I got a lot of stuff. We did Winwood Mural Fest already. Yeah, so the other thing in terms of the climate is there's not as many walls to go around. So if you notice, they've leveled on 26th Street near 5th. It's just gone. It's like Gaza out there. So there's like literally less opportunity for this, I would say, a growing group of people that want to participate. And so with my Winwood Walls, our Winwood Mural Festival, I decided to kind of like put other people on and get more people involved. And so that's been a blessing in the sense that I'm not stuck doing this thing all the time. However, I say that to say this, I was very fortunate to get picked up by Ernesto Menagerie, and me and some people are going to be doing a gigantic project at the Fort Lauderdale Port. Which is happening Tuesday. So in the middle of Basel, but opportunities like this come every once in a while, and you got to take them when they're hot. And then the other thing I have going on is on the 5th, which is a Thursday at Archive 79. They're having a big mural jam there. So anybody curious, I would recommend you guys pop out.
Always a fun gallery to go to. It's another good place. There's always some good people. I mean, we all gather together and chop it up. So, Binho, when did you started actually the art? You've been in the art in Brazil and all over the world for years and years. We spoke yesterday with PhD about your book. I was hoping you would be bringing the book, that Bible that you...
Unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you. Self-promotion.
No, he blew me away. Like I was like, "Hey, Paul, check out my book," and he throws this like encyclopedia on me, and it's full color, and like you think about like the body of work, like how much time do you have in a day, right? Or when is a work even finished? This guy has already like a fortuitous, like just you can't go through it in one sitting. You know what I'm saying? Like it is truly amazing. Tremendous respect, man. Like this guy's hustle is unreal.
Yeah, it's very satisfaction for me to produce all this material. You ask me about when I start. So I got the first contact with spray like in 84.
84.
So like 85, 6, I'm b-boying, breakdancing, and of course skateboarding. That's why it's all my background is around the streets. And then I met OsGemeos, Speto. And so I look a lot of people like T-Kid, so all these guys, OGs from New York, and now what I can say is like it's very important for me because I had opportunities to meet and paint with those guys, to receive in my country, to take a very nice reception there too, and then so I cannot say nothing bad, just thanks for opportunities I get.
Yes. And the art scene, the street art scene, the graffiti in Brazil, in Sao Paulo is absolutely incredible. And now lately they've been, what's the word?
Big shot.
On the side of the building?
Shout. Yeah. Yes. They style like Pichaça. Yeah, it's so crazy.
One of the tag in?
Yeah, somos artistas. From Fred.
Yes, going vertical now. They go down from the top of the building.
That's right internationally. That's like hot shit right now. Everybody wants to drop.
Vegas.
Yeah, it's like a Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know, but all the young kids.
Spider girls too. A lot of nice girls doing that. Like in Eri.
Our nerdy she's like, she's so sick. But also in here in Miami, I got to shout out some of like the young kids. You know what I'm saying? We got guys like Nemec and a bunch of these guys popping off, and Red's too. Red's dropping down too. You know, so
Okay, she's a lady.
yeah, flashing it, and she don't care. But I love that is culturally coming from your country and has made it to like a global scale now. You know, like everyone wants to do it.
Up in the ante.
Myself too.
Pushing it to the limit.
Pushing it.
Mom, I'm not going to try it right away.
I'm just curious, because I always think about, I guess the viewers like myself, and I'm sure PhD coming from the streets, growing up as a rebel, when was it that transition to go from, say, the streets to the canvas, or from vandal to professional? Where was that transition? And can you really pinpoint that? Do you start? Was it a slow thing? Did it happen like an epiphany? Because to create a book, to be that prolific, to create that much content, that to me is like probably one of the most successful things to produce as an artist.
I think we don't produce because we want to do something. We don't making graffiti or going to the streets to paint because we want to find money or we want to find museums or galleries. I think we just do because we need to expression. We need to express myself,
And some of the most passionate art, to put it in public, to be judged, to risk your life and limb.
I think is the true, when you make your true ideas, your life, it's to have opportunities like galleries, because the people understand better what we're doing on the streets. They don't buy art, they buy your concepts, your
language. They buy you.
your ideas. I really believe over 40 years in my life, I'm start to get different kind of opportunities, like to be here. It's
your turn, man.
10 years I come to Wingwoods. I saw when we just paint on the streets has a lot of space, more graffiti, more power, and we don't talk about money, we don't talk about galleries, don't talk about business. It was just a paint. Of course, things changing, but it's still world for me.
I mean, if there's one constant, is change.
I really prefer taking my little bag and go find some wall on the streets,
Yeah.
Well, that's a satisfaction in you, is it's inherent in creating, and we were just talking about like early Wynwood. It was all graffiti. When money wasn't involved, it was all letters. It was all like people going out there and tagging shit. Like that's really what it was. But that was what was so exciting, right? Like, oh my God, like everyone can just go down here and like get up, and then everyone wanted wall space, and then and so it kind of like grew from there. But it's funny how you were talking about the bridge between the streets and professionalism and making money and doing it for the culture, or like what.
When does it hit you like, wow, that knowledge, that talent that I have, there's an inherent value to that?
I think for me personally, it's like if you do good work, then it'll seek you out, right? And so like nobody gave a shit about anything I was doing, but then when I started putting it on walls, they're like, yo, I want this guy to do this for me, and I think it goes from there, and the people that want your work will find it, and in order for them to find it, you must first do.
and of course you have to be professional too. We are on the streets, but we have to respect the street rules. We have to be in the right time. You have to check if the sun will kill you.
It's unfortunate for ones who have to learn the hard way. Some people think you come out to Wynwood, you can paint anywhere.
It's not easy like that. I did it. Yeah, they think I will tag everywhere. It's not like that.
Not the tribute piece,
Hope it's a Banksy stencil. That's that guy. There's a crime up against art history right now with the OsGemeos wall just on the outside, literally slicing a OsGemeos
No way.
half.
I did not know that. Yeah, it's true.
Seeing so many brilliant masterpieces just get lost to
Annihilated. No, it's so true.
one of my favorite ones was that Leakin piece, which is now, a bunch of storefront windows. And it's like,
El Mac had that huge kid picking up the
that was
just unbelievable. Yeah, but that was like, it's like a gray wall now. Like it's blank. I mean,
different collabs around the neighborhood.
amazing ones I've seen.
To see the development and to see those developers working with the artists, working with the locals, working with someone that speaks to that community. To see a El Mac, one of the largest walls in window today, it does give me a little bit more excitement, because who knows what's going to happen next year. The walls get bigger. Guess what? The graffiti gets taller.
No, it's wild. The high tide raises all boats, and I think that's certainly true. And so I don't necessarily feel an animosity towards investment coming into town and doing their thing, because it's also creating opportunity. We can't, but you can't stop. It's Pandora's box. It's already been opened, right? And it will continue to grow and evolve. And it's really like, can you find your place in that space, to grow yourself and
just to exceed in that space, but also to like the mental state.
It would be huge.
Because that's the thing. It's not the public's perception. It's the artist's perception of how we value our art. You have to, we are the things.
Yes.
In order to survive, to feed our family, and having this opportunity of a place like Wynwood, it's fascinating every year. So,
And of course there is Wynwood, but you do paint quite a lot around the Larray Beach and
Oh yeah.
so there's a lot of places. It's not just Wynwood. Okay, right now Winwood is just the center of the madness, the craziness.
But I wouldn't miss it, right? Like even if I pay and all, yeah, it's
Never know whose path you're going to cross.
it's fantastic. Like, and so it's opportunity, right? You know what I'm saying? Where people's dreams are as big as the buildings, and you don't know who's in the room with you, and so I find that like it brings the best out of people. People that otherwise may or may not be as social or whatever, they're having the time of their lives. You're getting a great energy off of them. They're excited to see you. And no, it's wild. And anybody that like takes a bite out of this, they typically come back for it, you know?
You got to bring your A game on. Oh, that's it. So, I mean, there's so much competition in one way, and then camaraderie, because I mean, we all get together. You said there's so many collaboration, there's some bigger walls and some smaller walls. So this year you're sharing your walls with Pace and some other people, because last year you had a whole wall for yourself.
Yeah, but
you realize, okay, so many people don't have even a little wall to paint.
They're tremendously talented and need a platform. They're like really sick, right? And so like if you're coming to our city and you are intelligent and talented and amazing, like I will do what I can to make an opportunity for you, because when you leave, I still can come back out here and like do my thing, right? So
that's definitely commendable. I mean, really, kudos to that.
Yeah, it's very different. Like this time, kind of art carnival.
Yes.
And like before or a little after, changed everything again. And then I think the locals
come back out. Yep.
take their own space again.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Advertisement rolls in, and that next local artist gets that nice little commission to survive the summer.
Right.
And it just, it's an interesting cycle, and to lead to from my first question of, vandal to professional, do you guys see a difference in the work that you create for those gallery shows, for some of those commercial projects?
100%.
Comparison to that OG full heart, young graffiti, and do you blend those two together in a way to almost collab with yourselves? Because I see a lot with your character.
Well, Vino's like a brand, I imagine like when they ask him to do something, they want him to do the Bino, right? Like I know exactly his. But for me, it's like a little different. Like I don't got like 40 years like you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes a client will be like, yo, I want a hot chick or something, and I'm not against it, like
Anything they throw at you, you can.
well, it's a challenge, right? And so like I like to think as a professional, it's like everybody knows you like do a mock-up and then the client's like, oh, can you change a few things? And a lot of artists would get really upset about it, like, oh no, I have to work again, or and so I don't feel that way, I feel like if there's something you want, tell me, give me the feedback, I'm gonna sort you out as a professional. Like, if you don't like this, I'm gonna fix it. Like, no big deal. Like, it's not hurting my feelings, right? But I guess for me is I don't mind like playing ball with the client, but it does get me further away from them saying, hey, I just want Bino or I want PhD. They basically want to use my hands for their brain, and that's cool too. I don't mind that. But
That's when the commission doubles.
well, yeah, exactly. No. It's like that's what it is. And but yeah. So I think that I think all of us have a duality, especially like if you're a writer, like actually letters, even if you get into the fine work, it doesn't leave you. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. As soon as I close the gallery door and walk outside, I'm now the other person who has a can in his pocket and an opportunity, so.
Yeah, just like, can you imagine a Louis Vuitton pieces without the dots? It's just like, okay, nobody will recognize it. He actually has a wall not too far from my house on Xavier, and they didn't want any dots over there. So since it's a little bit away from Winwood, but who knows? I mean, we can barely recognize his work. I mean, this is the signature dot. So you really got to keep your characters, your signature.
Trademark, yeah.
With style, it doesn't matter what letter you write. It's going to look like
Your style.
had written it. But it's interesting how it transitions into your fine art. You go out here to the PAM and see the Homecoming show by Jose Parla, and it's like, to me, he's like the Jackson Pollock of tags. And it's just, I see the graffiti in those walls, whereas, the normal civilian
Might not like it.
see the texture, they see the color, the energy, and it's like, and you can see how he's been able to towards one thing, and always it's just that's his style, you know.
It's very hard to think about. Sometimes the same art you make on the streets, very like dirty or not fancy, not perfect, not fine art, is what the gallery want.
Right.
And sometimes you have to produce something more fine, you know, more with brush or different concepts. I work in different lines. Like I have all my classic, like graffiti, letters, backgrounds, sceneries, characters. I love this. Still make every day. But I have another way, like more surrealism with octopus, fishes, and another things, different color palettes, different style to make the outlines. One, I think I can have a different dialogue with galleries and museums. Another one is more for street, more for kind of meeting of styles or to paint with friends. But I can do everything when I have different, you know, it's not kind of rule, I have to.
No, and it's a rare recipe for success, because, you know, to be that vandal and to be a professional, and, you know, half the time I always see the advertisements getting commissioned by the brands. It's like the wall next to it's also getting bombed by the same artist. Yes,
Nice. It's a different name sometimes.
No, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that. Like, so, like, you'll catch like a job out of town, and they pay as well, right? And you painted the whole job, and you celebrate that night, and you go out in downtown and tag the whole place, and then you can't sign your name or be in the interview or be in the newspaper. No, that's happened to me.
They find it easy.
Oh no, you don't know, but you don't want to, like, you don't like.
What I find fascinating, because it's like sometimes it's that illegal nature of how you started that builds that language. That
I regretted that one.
You know, because then once you meet to that upper level of the echelon, the collectors and the you know, the big wigs.
It's very confused, right? Because some people really want your dome, your tag, you know, they want your illegal stuff. They want like a piece of the streets.
Oh, the wilds. It's like a caging a tiger. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I would like one of those. I would like one of those in my house. Yeah, that's true.
Just cannot do that. We cannot continue in one place, in one thing. The street is the place to express yourself. Totally. And we know it right now. It's the Mecca. It's the place to be. There's no other place in South Florida. And thank you for Wynwood being on the map. The whole world is coming to see, just to explore.
And it's thanks to the work of guys like this, you know, lending their talents, beautifying our backyard, and continuing that fight, you know, visually, sometimes physical, but mainly visual. I mean, if it's physical fight, it's just stuff is to get up. It's all about
on the social media. What happened?
This element, I think, too, gives so much respect to these young guns that are risking life. And
I love
side of those buildings.
I love the young kids.
Oh man, that's the stuff that gets me going, because I'm like, yes.
No, but they're doing it like a level, like, I think more advanced than we were, right? And so, like, did you have a mentor? Did somebody teach you, or did you just do your own?
That's a good one.
We get no opportunities in the back in the days.
Yeah.
If we want something, we have to make it.
Yeah, no.
If I want exhibition, I have to organize my own exhibition. If I need a wall, if I want to invite friends. So, of course, a lot of opportunities teach me. But I really believe we're building. So I talk about me, OsGemeos, and a lot of guys like you guys. Of course, we're building this. You know, we learn a lot. Somebody teach us, but we build.
It's that old saying, you know, opportunities multiply as they are seized. You know, just by making that trip from Brazil to here, next thing you know, you might meet that gallerist in France, which is going to take you around the globe, and that's kind of the magnet.
He's already been around the globe so many times. I guess they're so traveled. Like, Jesus, I want a third of your passport stamps. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me like a fraction of your greatness.
I get a good opportunity before the pandemic, because everything changed over this. I think I represent the last generation that get this kind of opportunity to Rio travel a lot. I visit kind of 50 countries, and it's really cool.
That's what I told you, man. He's amazing. He's like, I'm trying to be like Big Binho, man.
I think 50 states, so
And you've just been leading by example. You know, that's the best thing. You say coming up, if it wasn't there, you took it.
He just finished a wall this morning, like before we got here, and carried all his shit. Like, straight up. And
Early bird.
So how many places actually here in the US have you been painting?
Here, so LA, San Diego, New York, Rochester, Flint, Annapolis, so Miami many times. Maybe a couple ones more. I don't really remember, but I want to visit. So Houston. I want to visit more states for sure. Yeah, I love projects. I love like meeting of styles or kind of place like this, like a Wynwood Malls, because you have opportunities to meet a lot of nice people from around the world.
It compounds that talent all into one spot.
Oh, well, gentlemen, I guess we're gonna have to wrap it up, yes, because we have so much, but you have so much.
we're out of here.
Where's somebody go find you? I'm making my new map. So as soon as
Get him on the map. You're gonna have a couple spots.
It's very nice. I still have a couple walls from 19. You know, it's still alive there.
Yeah, no one took your walls, man.
It's cool. Very, very honored for that.
Dude, stop. We're on.
You are so part of the Miami Wynwood history.
100%.
Definitely writing the narrative, history in Wynwood here. And thank you so much. I mean, I have so much respect, and everybody in this community have so much respect for you.
100%.
PhD, thank you so much.
My pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
Ryan, you're the man. You know you want.
Yeah, you're pretty good at this stuff.
I could talk about this all day.
You're just that's you have so much passion.
You got deep. When I look at your work, I think things, you know, and I talk about your work all the time. So it's
Yeah, it's like a shark.
pleasure. I love
You can't be stopped. You know, my crew. I'm from CBS. Can't be stopped.
brilliant.
All right, so thanks everyone for watching the podcast. We had definitely had two amazing guests today. And once again, we get lucky to be at the Peter Tony Experience in Wynwood Walls. What a great location. So we'll be back tomorrow on site with two new guests and my co-host Ryan is co-hosting with me again tomorrow.
I'll be here, Brian.
Yeah, you'll be here bright and early. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.